Okay, I'm back from reservist. Now that the general election is finished, feels good to be back making videos after what, 2 to 3 weeks of deployment. I read most of the comments about my NS video on both YouTube and on TikTok. And yeah, I see that most of you guys agree with the points I made in the video, while some have their own personal opinions. But funny story, on my first day of GE reservist, there were about 50 other PNS men in an auditorium, and one of the NS commanding officers recognized me just as he was about to start the briefing. He said through the microphone, "Hey, you're the one that made the video, right? Good, I like the video." So random. Then afterwards, another commanding officer talked to me about it as well. He said that he completely understands where I'm coming from and that they are working on improvements behind the scene as well. But anyways, enough yapping. Today we're going to be doing a Q&A video since I feel like it's been quite a while since I did one, you know. We'll start off with Instagram first, which by the way, if you haven't followed, link is in the description. Did you go to any of the rallies? Yeah, I was deployed to a PAP rally at Yusof Ishak Secondary School. It was my first time going to a rally actually. Honestly, I was quite fortunate that I got deployed to a PAP rally, cause some of my friends got deployed to the Workers' Party rally on day 1, had their boots completely covered with mud. Also, there was a lot less people compared to any Workers' Party rally, which means I could end shift earlier. What is typically done in reservist? Well, in my case, I was assigned to patrol the outside of the school together with a regular officer, and also to make sure there are no ice cream or drink stalls set up too close around the area. But obviously this is GE deployment. If you mean normal reservists, then it depends on what vocation is assigned to you. You can check out my reservist guide video on what each vocation does. During reservist will get promoted, I'm best trainee and still corporal to ORD. Again, you can check out my reservist guide video for this. But as a short answer to your question, yes. My favourite YouTuber. Not a question, but you know what? I appreciate it, so thank you very much. What's the most absurd case you handled during your police career? Okay, it's not really my career. I was essentially forced to be a police officer as part of my NS, but I actually can't think of one right now, but there's definitely a lot of stupid cases that I've attended before. What do you think of the comments that flamed you on r/National Service SG for your NS video? Oh wow, I'm surprised that you guys know about this. So obviously, since it's a NS video, I decided to post it on the NS subreddit. Cause, you know, I'm thinking surely the people there can relate to the points I made in the video, right? But there were some dumb fucks in the comments who clearly didn't watch the whole video. I forgot what they said, but they wrote a whole paragraph and it's something like, stop complaining so much and go find a real job. Like I've mentioned several times in the video, I'm not making this video just to complain about NS, but more of how things can be improved for the future generations of NSFs and NS men in Singapore. Which literally includes the commenter himself and the rest of the subreddit members. But okay. I was already not in the best mood because of the NS issues. So when I saw that comment, I may or may not have replied with some insults back. And then some other guy joined in to defend him, to which I may have replied with some insults as well. After that, I just couldn't be bothered to waste any more time on those idiots. Which is why I also can't be bothered to put those screenshots in this video. If you want to see what was said, you can just go to the subreddit and find the post. What makes you certain about the things you do in life? Ooh, that's a good question. For me, it's like, if I really want something in life, I'll work as hard as I need to achieve it. I think that's what gives me certainty. And that applies not just for YouTube, but other parts of my life as well. I don't let negativity or doubt tell me what to do, and I just keep pushing forward, that's all. Was being a YouTuber always a dream of yours? Yes, ever since secondary school. And who was your inspiration to start doing YouTube? I think I've answered this in almost every Q&A I've done. You know what, I'm gonna make a Q&A playlist and you can go watch them for the answer. What secondary school CCA are you from? Art club. Believe it or not, I've represented my school in a few art competitions before. I won't say I was very good at art, but I think I was decent at it. I don't know about now though, it's been years since I last drew something. If you could turn back time, what is one thing which you would have done differently? In terms of YouTube, maybe I could have started earlier, especially during the COVID lockdown, where it was so easy to get lots of views. But then again, I had school, and also work after I graduated. I don't know, I guess some things just happen at the right time for a reason, you know. What are your thoughts on the GE2025 results? As a first-time voter, I wasn't really too interested in politics at first. But after watching some of the rallies and hearing some of the things that were said, I got quite invested in it myself. But as for the results, I mean, it was pretty much the same as the last GE. I think the only interesting ones were Punggol, Sembawang West, Tampines, and of course Jalan Kayu's controversial result. Also, not forgetting the number of memes that came out of it.
Can I say that if police do not have 24-hour service and a thief go into your house?
My name is Han Hui Hui. And what does 3H stand for?
Time to play the game.
I'm a straightforward guy. I'm straight. I'm straight. Remember, I'm straight.
The best one was definitely,
I look left, look right. Look left, look right. For a career path, is this a request considered too high?
but at the end of the day, like what our Prime Minister Lawrence Wong said,
when the election is over, after all the excitement, the real contest is not the PAP versus the opposition. It is Singapore versus the world.
what are your goals for your YouTube channel? I'm hoping I can reach 10k subs by the end of the year. I have plenty of video ideas I want to do this year, that I can finally start working on them now that I've cleared all my reservist staffs for the year. What was your most memorable arrest? It has to be the murder case at Rivervale for sure. I think I've made a video on it, but basically, my partner and I were the first officers at scene that day. And while I did not physically arrest the murderer because she was a female, I would say that counts as an arrest lah, you know. I was in every photo of this Straits Times article, the front page of this newspaper. I got this CID award as well. And my friend sent me a video where he saw me on Channel 8 News. Yeah, definitely a day that I wouldn't forget for the rest of my life. Okay, now I'm gonna be answering some questions that you guys asked me on my Discord server. Link to it is in the description, so feel free to join if you want. How much do you make from YouTube? Enough to live. But it's not as much as you think it is, especially since I'm still a small channel. It can range from a few cents to a few thousand per video, depends on how well it does and the video's niche. But you need to know that doing YouTube, you don't get any CPF or bonuses. I'm doing this just because I love creating content and not because I want to be rich or whatsoever. Because if it is, then that would be stupid of me to go full time and not having any income for the first year. But yeah, it's not as much as you think. What was the most heartbreaking moment when being a police officer? Like arresting someone in front of their loved ones? Actually during the murder case as well, where we had to console the families of the deceased, and you can just feel the pain that they're experiencing. Now, what's the most rewarding thing about being a police officer? It's the fact that you get to help other people as your job. Well, to be fair, me doing YouTube is also helping other people. I always get messages from people thanking me for the SPF NS Guide videos, and even for my Google Map videos, where apparently it helped someone with their school project. But yeah, I've always said that if I wasn't doing YouTube, I would most probably have signed on as a police officer. Will you ever do a fan meetup? Honestly, probably not. Okay, look, follow me on Instagram and I'll post whenever I'm going to like a creator event or something. Then if you want, you can meet me there, I guess. Do you enjoy horror? Games, books, movies, etc.? Nope. I went to the Halloween Horror Nights at USS once and I'll probably never go again. In your time in GRF, did you have any supernatural or weird encounters? Not really. Although the senior regulars always have a lot of stories to tell us. After experimenting several ways of production of videos, which do you prefer / like the most and why so? There's definitely many other ways I want to try out, like outdoor videos and streaming. Oh, and if you mean like what type of video do I like to do the most, then it's gotta be the Google Map videos, and you guys seem to enjoy the most as well. Wow, but they take so long to do. I think the first one took me like 1 whole month to finish. What is the most wholesome as well as action-wrecking moments, such as a pursuit, during your time as a ground response officer? During last year's reservist, I attended to a case where a mother and her 8-year-old son, who has autism, was boarding an LRT, but the boy was left behind at the station because he didn't enter the train in time. She called for police, and when we got to the station, he was no longer there. We quickly searched the nearby area and drove to the other LRT stations to check, along with more police resources. We were essentially racing against time, cause who knows what danger the boy might get into. But eventually we found him at one of the LRT stations with the help of a staff there. Then we sent the boy back to the mother, and yeah, that was quite wholesome to see. What's your process of getting fresh video ideas? Shout out to Kirigiri, by the way. For me, whenever I think of a video idea, I'll just type it in my phone. Regardless if I'm eating or showering. Obviously, I'm not using the phone in the shower. Like after I'm done eating or showering, then I'll go type it in my phone. Even if the idea is a bit shit. cause I know that I can maybe work around that idea someday. And of course, we are in 2025, so you can always ask AI to help you with it. And yeah, those are all the questions for this video. I know some of your questions did not appear, but that's because there were a lot of you guys who sent in questions, which I appreciate. Also, this is actually a new camera lens that I got last week, which I don't know if you can tell the difference or not. It's supposed to make the video a bit clearer, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.